This morning, something happened that's never happened before in the history of the stock market. The world's second largest memory chip maker just raised $26.5 billion in New York in a single share sale, the largest U.S. listing ever completed by a foreign company, bigger than Alibaba's record-setting 2014 debut, and bigger than almost any tech listing this decade. And it's not some unknown startup. It's SK Hynix, Nvidia's single biggest supplier of the memory that makes every modern AI chip actually function. For years, American investors wanting exposure to the memory boom only had one real option, Micron. As of this morning, that's no longer true. I'm John A.G. This is Future AI Stocks. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. Here's what you need to understand before we go anywhere else. Until today, SK Hynix only traded on the Korea exchange. If you were an American or European investor and you wanted direct exposure to the company widely considered the leader in high bandwidth memory, the HBM chips that sit inside every Nvidia AI accelerator, you basically couldn't get it without navigating a foreign brokerage account and dealing with currency conversion. That created something economists call a liquidity discount. Even a dominant company can trade cheap if the biggest pool of global capital literally cannot reach it easily. An American Depositary Receipt, or ADR, solves that problem. It's essentially a U.S.-traded certificate that represents a claim on shares actually held in Korea, letting American investors buy and sell through a normal brokerage account, in dollars, on a normal U.S. exchange. As of today, that wall is gone. SK Hynix's ADRs began trading on the Nasdaq this morning, and that single structural change is why this story is moving markets more than almost anything else in tech this week. Let's get into the details. SK Hynix priced its ADRs at $149 apiece, selling roughly 177.9 million of them, with every 10 ADRs representing one underlying Korea-listed share. That single sale raised approximately $26.5 billion, and demand was so strong the offering was reportedly oversubscribed by around 7 times. Shares are trading today under the temporary ticker SKHYV, with the permanent ticker SKHY taking over on Monday. Some estimates had the stock opening as much as 17% above its offering price. Here's why investors care. Industry estimates put SK Hynix's share of the global high-bandwidth memory market at roughly 56 to 57%, making it the largest HBM supplier in the world, ahead of both Samsung and Micron, and the primary qualified HBM partner for Nvidia's latest generation chips. The company crossed a $1 trillion market capitalization back in May, and its sole listed shares have climbed well over 170% in the past 6 months alone. To put the scale in perspective, each full Korea-listed SK Hynix share currently trades at the equivalent of roughly $1,865, meaning the $149 ADR is simply a smaller, more accessible slice of that same company, not a discounted version of it. The proceeds from this raise aren't going toward buybacks or debt. They're earmarked for specific projects: construction of the Yongin Semiconductor cluster wafer fab, the Cheongju advanced packaging plant, and a wave of new extreme ultraviolet lithography equipment, the machines required to produce next-generation memory at scale. There's also a longer-term catalyst analysts are already watching. SK Hynix is widely expected to qualify for inclusion in the Nasdaq 100 index during the routine December rebalancing. If that happens, every fund tracking that index passively would be required to buy shares, creating a wave of automatic demand completely independent of the company's actual earnings. Wall Street's trading infrastructure has already reacted too. Multiple asset managers, including Direction and ProShares, have filed paperwork for leveraged single-stock ETFs tied directly to SKHY, something that typically only happens around stocks expected to see serious retail trading volume. On valuation, SK Hynix is trading at somewhere around 5.5 to 6 times forward earnings compared to Micron's roughly 6.7 to 7 times, meaning Micron has historically carried something like a 20% premium. Several analysts, including commentary picked up by Reuters, argue that premium existed largely because SK Hynix wasn't easily investable for U.S. capital, not because its underlying business was weaker. That's the valuation gap this listing is designed to close. The risk here, this is a brand new listing with only hours of trading history. ADR arbitrage mechanics between the Korean shares and the U.S. depositary receipts aren't fully proven yet. and several analysts have flagged that could create short-term price swings that have nothing to do with the underlying business. So what does this actually mean for Micron? In pre-market trading today, Micron shares wobbled, dipping over 2% at one point, which some analysts tied directly to investors testing the water with the new SK Hynix listing. It's worth being honest here, public trading data doesn't prove money moved directly out of Micron and into SK Hynix, but the timing is exactly what a capital rotation would look like. Context matters too. Micron stock is already down more than 20% from its recent all-time high, and has fallen into what several outlets are now calling bear market territory for the memory sector broadly, alongside Samsung and SK Hynix's own Korea-listed shares. Technically, traders are watching the $984 level closely. A break above roughly $1,014 could open the door toward $1,090 or higher, while a failure to hold current support could extend the pullback further. At the same time, Micron isn't standing still. The company just raised its total planned U.S. investment through 2035 to more than $250 billion, broke ground on a new cleanroom expansion in Hiroshima worth over $9 billion, and recently signed a major supply and co-development partnership with AI company Anthropic, which also gave Micron a stake in Anthropic's latest funding round. Micron also has 16 long-term, non-cancelable HBM agreements worth over $22 billion in locked-in revenue, with memory sold out through 2026 and purchase orders already extending into 2027 and 2028. Wall Street's average price target on Micron currently sits well above $1,400, implying significant upside even after the recent pullback, and the stock has still delivered a return of well over 700% over the past year alone. Jim Cramer has publicly called SK Hynix remarkably cheap given its growth, while separately continuing to point to Micron's U.S. manufacturing base as a distinct advantage. But the bull and bear case are both live right now. Some analysts argue Micron's domestic footprint and contract-backed revenue make it the safer name if there's ever an AI spending slowdown. Others argue that now that SK Hynix is easily buyable on the Nasdaq and priced cheaper on a forward earnings basis, fresh institutional capital may simply prefer the market leader over the follower. There's also a longer-term competitive risk worth knowing about. Reports have suggested that AI company DeepSeek is quietly developing its own custom chip, partly to reduce dependence on Nvidia, a reminder that even the biggest customers in this supply chain are looking for ways to diversify. And Nvidia sits directly above all of this. Nvidia doesn't manufacture memory itself. It depends entirely on suppliers like SK Hynix and Micron to keep its AI chips fed with HBM, reportedly prepaying both companies hundreds of millions of dollars just to guarantee allocation. A larger, better capitalized SK Hynix with $26.5 billion in fresh capital for new fabs and packaging plants is arguably good news for the entire Nvidia supply chain, regardless of which memory stock investors personally prefer. Zoom out, and the picture is this. This isn't really a story about one stock beating another. It's a structural re-rating of the entire memory sector. For years, the market only had one liquid, easily tradable way to invest in AI memory, Micron. Now it has two direct options, plus arguably a stronger read on how the whole HBM market is priced. That doesn't make Micron worse. It makes memory investing more competitive and more transparent than it was yesterday. Let's be balanced. Memory chips are historically one of the most cyclical corners of the entire semiconductor industry. Boom periods have always eventually been followed by oversupply and price crashes, and some analysts already argue this cycle has run hot. SK Hynix's Nasdaq debut has essentially zero trading history to judge yet, and the newly filed leveraged ETFs tied to it could add extra volatility that has nothing to do with the underlying company. Michael Burry has reportedly taken a short position tied to the broader memory trade, which some investors are watching closely. Macro conditions matter too. Ongoing conversations about interest rate moves and geopolitical tension in the Middle East are weighing on tech valuations broadly this week. And SK Hynix reports its next quarterly earnings on July 29th, just weeks after this listing, which will be an early test of whether today's enthusiasm holds up. Know your risks before you know your thesis. So here's the takeaway. Today didn't just add a new ticker to the Nasdaq, it removed the wall that's protected Micron's monopoly on US memory sector liquidity for years. Whether that's bullish or bearish for Micron specifically is genuinely still an open question, and that's exactly why this is worth watching closely over the next few weeks. If this helped you understand what's actually happening under the headline, hit like. It helps this channel reach more people who want research over noise. Drop a comment. Are you more interested in Micron's contract-backed stability or SK Hynix's market leadership at a cheaper valuation? Subscribe and hit the bell icon. I'm John A.G. I'll see you in the next one.